Yeah. Hi, I'm Ayush Jhawar, and I'm the founder of Genified. Today, I bring to you the hidden logic of the ordinary, where one scan sparks multiple possibilities. You see a QR code on the screen. What happens? When you see a QR on the screen, you're triggered to scan. Today, in the world, we see QR codes almost everywhere. They're meant to scan. We open up a camera, we open up our phones, we just click on the right camera button, drag it upwards, scan the QR code to know more about what this QR code does or what this QR code is for, right? This QR code is today become an ordinary thing all across all formats, all segments, whether it's consumer brands, some information, some payments, or some other detail, we use QR codes. This was invented by Masahiro Hara for auto parts. And the invention was that every little detail of the auto parts wasn't going in the barcode. Hence, Masahiro Hara thought, how can I include this big a detail in this small a space? And he invented the QR codes. So why did he invent the QR codes? He invented the QR codes for majorly 4 different actual things. One, for information. Second, for scanning and getting inside a particular application very, very easily. Third, it was very, very scalable. It was cheaply available. And fourth, it was culturally inheritable. It could get into the habits of people. And that is what happened. We today use the QR codes for food restaurants, for menus, for multiple information, and multiple other things. I bring you a story. How did QR codes become famous in our country? How did it become extraordinary to ordinary? Every ordinary thing takes its own time to become, ordinary. Bulb, when it was invented, it was extraordinary because there was no bulbs across the globe. And everybody wanted electricity, everybody wanted bulbs. Today, it's an ordinary thing. Similarly, QR codes had its own journey in India. When demonetization came, we were all forced to get into digital payments. We were all forced to scan that one QR code, which today is a part of our lives, from extraordinary to ordinary. Then came COVID-19. We were again forced to do contactless payments. We were not touching any kind of menu cards. And that's when we started scanning the QR codes for menus. Again, a journey from extraordinary to ordinary. Today, QR codes are used for ticketing. They're on your tickets. They're used by the TT of the train to check whether the QR code which you are using is authentic or not in your ticket. So they're uniquely identified. They're put on marketing. They're everywhere around us. And as I said, there was a journey from extraordinary to ordinary, which consists of anything to become extraordinary to ordinary, consists of 4 different challenges. One, the technology should be very, very innovative. The QR codes was very innovative, a lot of data in one single QR code. It should be cheaply scalable. It should not cost you anything. And hence QR codes were cheaply scalable and they scaled across the globe. And fourth, they should serve a major problem, which in case of our country, it actually became a problem. Contactless payments were very, very much required. We wanted to scan the QR codes to get into the food menu, and hence it became extraordinary to ordinary. And lastly, culturally inheritable. Now, I would request to look at a few products. Spectacles. When spectacles were invented, again, they were ordinary, extraordinary, and became ordinary today because everybody uses it. But they were able to, quickly scale, cheaply be produced, and everybody now uses it for, vision. Again, in case of soaps, it was very, very rare. Today, they are very ordinary. In case of seat belts, a similar case, right? We get into a car, we drag our seat belts and we wear it, right? So these all things, when they were invented, they were extraordinary. Today they are ordinary. Similarly, sugar, coffee, and phones. Now, the problem is that what, apart from this, what is next for QR codes? I represent a company known as Genified, which is into enterprise clients SaaS solutions, which is majorly helping solve the problem of consumer brands when it consists of QR codes. Today, whatever you intake, whether it's from water to a cricket bat when you go and play cricket, or whether it's this Voltus AC, everywhere we find consumer packaged goods. Now, these consumer packaged goods, make 1/3 of our Indian economy. When it makes 1/3 of our Indian economy, it has to be, regularized. It has to be, something which we can see and trust. If you see, we all today demand packaging. Earlier, when someone used to buy wheat, they used to go to the kirana shop. The kirana shop in the backyard had a, big chakki, and that chakki, wheat flour grinding machine, used to grind that particular wheat into the flour and used to take back home. But today you don't have time. You want the right packaging. You trust packaging. But how can this QR code, which today is ordinary, can make sense for this packaging? How can it beautify this particular packaging, right? So packaging demands digital product passports. We've been able to innovate QR codes in a way that every QR code becomes a hyperlink. It can go uniquely on a particular product. Now imagine a brand produces 1 lakh pieces a day. If we are producing 1 lakh cartons a day, all these cartons, packaging cartons, can consist of DPPs, which is digital product passports. Now digital product passports are just like UIDs, unique identification markers. Just like your phones, so that you can track where the phone is, right? Similarly, we demand DPPs. Now DPPs are very basic things. A QR code which is uniquely identified to that particular product on that particular line produced. So just imagine a bottle of cola. 1 lakh cola pieces, every particular product could have one particular QR code, which consists of details where it was produced. There are about hundreds of plants all across the globe, but we know that this was produced in the Sandila plant from UP, and this was supplied to this particular super stockist, and this super stockist supplied it to this particular retailer. And when you buy, you scan for genuinity, the retailer scans for loyalty, and you can get the access to that particular information. So digital product passports give you origin, give you material traceability, give you processes traceability, and post-care. Post you buy that particular product, if you have a complaint, right? You've gotten a particular air conditioner which is not working after 6 months of buying it, and the warranty is for 2 years. Nobody wants to save the bill. There are multiple applications across consumer products, across CPG goods, where the QR codes could help and add DPPs, which is digital product passports. Now, Genified is working with multiple brands. My company is working with multiple brands, and the vision started with, one thing, that we wanted to put a unique identification marker. We wanted to put a DPP. Today, we are working with brands like Bisleri, brands like Vega Helmets, brands like Macho, wherein at some brands, we are solving the problem of anti-counterfeiting. Counterfeiting is a menace. Everybody wants to check their products, traceability, whether it's authentic or not, whether it's actually genuine, we are buying genuine or not. When we talk about warranty, nobody wants to save the card, the warranty card, the bill. Everybody wants to scan the QR code, digitally activate the warranty, and maybe save the, digital warranty card in their email box or their WhatsApps. Similarly, when we talk about retail, there is a huge challenge in CPG goods across India. There is a huge supply chain. When I'm massively producing, I will not sell one-to-one. There will be middlemen. And in this middleman, the biggest middleman is the retailer. Today, My team has been able to solve that problem of distribute brands to directly incentivizing the retailers so that no middlemen can actually gain the benefit of what retail space wants to get. Because every small kirana shop retailer, when the e-commerce and quick commerce is booming, needs support. So today you can scan these QR codes and almost all innerwear, top innerwear brands, and we've given it to them. The retailer scans those QR codes and gain the loyalty points directly. But the major use case, what is the main problem you want to solve? And this is where we started with. Genified has a brand and a particular product known as Genuine Mark. We want anti-counterfeiting to be prevalent and known to every customer, consumer in the world. When you see a product, you need to demand a QR code which is authentic. You scan it, you get to know whether it is authentic or bad QR code. If it is a DPP, you can ensure the particular QR code is absolutely a genuine one. But how do we do it? Because when we go to brand, when we went to a lot of brands, brand said, हमें duplicacy का नहीं फर्क पड़ता. We want the QR codes which are actual we want the QR codes to help us. So we added a lot of layers in the supply chain. We added benefit for the brands and then the benefit for the consumers, because ultimately the brands are the buyers. But we were able to solve the genuinity challenge just because we were solving the retailer loyalty challenge, the traceability challenge for the brands, and their inventory solution. The next innovation in this scenario comes wherein we can combine these QR codes with our digital fingerprint. We are trying to make it unclonable. Even that bit of layer when someone can scan that QR code and copy and still mass produce is being altered out. So we are now focusing on adding a fingerprint along with the QR code, and someone scans it, they cannot copy it, they cannot, so we get the genuine products in our hand. So lastly, I would like to ask you a question. If you come across a consumer pack, if you come across an atta chakki, atta packaging, or you come across a refrigerator or a cooler or anything which is extraordinary, a camera, a mic, anything which you want to buy for your own fascination, FMCG, FMCD, innerwear, ask for a QR code because you demand genuinity. Thank you.